I'm announcing that I will direct all states, tribes, and territories to make all adults, people 18 and over, eligible to be vaccinated no later than May 1. Let me say that again. All adult Americans will be eligible to get a vaccine no later than May 1. That's much earlier than expected. This is the United States of America. And there's nothing, from the bottom of my heart I believe this, there's nothing we can't do when we do it together. We're going to reach two goals in the next 10 days. 100 million shots in people's arms. 100 million shots. And 100 million checks of $1,400 or more in people's pockets within the next 10 days. We're on the way. Help is on the way. Shots in arms and money in pockets. Folks, tomorrow we're going to hit a very important milestone that I promised. 100 million shots of vaccine in people's arms. So when you get your opportunity, get the vaccine. Get the shot. It's critically important. Hate and violence often hide in plain sight. It's often met with silence. That's been true throughout our history. But that has to change because our silence is complicity. We cannot be complicit. We have to speak out. We have to act. I've been hired to solve problems, not create division. I'm directing my COVID team to ensure there is a vaccine site within 5 miles of 90% of all Americans by April the 19th, 3 weeks from today. Each of us has to do our part. We have an obligation, patriotic obligation. Wash your hands. Stay socially distanced. Wear a mask as recommended by the CDC. And get vaccinated. Get your friends and family vaccinated when you can help. Hate and violence often hide in plain sight. It's often met with silence. That's been true throughout our history. But that has to change because our silence is complicity. We cannot be complicit. We have to speak out. We have to act. It will create millions of jobs. Good paying jobs, will grow the economy, make us more competitive around the world, promote our national security interest, and put us in a position to win the global competition with China in the upcoming years. It's big, yes. It's bold, yes. And we can get it done. American Jobs Plan will create millions of good paying jobs. And I'm convinced that 50 years from now, generations are going to look back and say, this was the moment America won the future. This was the moment. In 2019, an independent analysis found that there are 91, let me say it again, 91 Fortune 500 companies, biggest companies in the world, including Amazon, that use various loopholes so they pay not a single solitary penny in federal income tax. I don't want to punish them. That's just wrong. That's just wrong. By no later than April 19th, in every part of this country, every adult over the age of 18 or older will be eligible to be vaccinated. Every day in America, 316 people are shot, and 106 of them die. Every day in America. Enough. Enough. It's got to stop. Enough thoughts and prayers from Congress. Pass the legislation, closing these gun show loopholes. Pass the legislation requiring extensive background checks. Pass the legislation. It's sitting there. Let's move. High-speed internet is infrastructure, replacing lead pipes that go into our schools and our homes and our businesses. That's infrastructure. Folks, I have good news. Everybody is eligible as of today to get the vaccine. You have enough of it, you need to be protected, and you need in turn to protect your neighbors and your family. So please, get the vaccine. Every employee should get paid leave to get a shot. And businesses should know that they can provide it without a hit to their bottom line. Over 200 million shots. We're saving lives. Keep it up. We got a way to go, but keep it up. Amtrak doesn't just carry us from one place to another. It opens up enormous possibilities. And especially now, it makes it possible to build an economy of the future and one that we need. 2 months from today, families across the country are going to celebrate the 4th of July. Our goal by July 4th is to have 70% of adult Americans with at least one shot and 160 million Americans fully vaccinated. That means giving close to 100 million shots, some first shots, others second shots, over the next 60 days. Of course, Americans can still get shots after July 4th, but no one should wait unless. It's fair to say this is about making the average multimillionaire pay just a fair share. It's not going to affect their standard of living at all, not a little tiny bit. But I can affect the standard of living of the people I grew up with. If they have a job, it's about growth. Now, what's going to grow America more? What's going to help you and your security more? The super wealthy having to pay 3.9% less tax, or have an entire generation of Americans having associate degrees. To ensure that transportation is less of a barrier, from May 24th through July 4th, Uber and Lyft are both going to offer everyone free rides to and from vaccination sites. I think that is really stepping up. To all the parents out there, there's some good news. Your children ages 12 to 15 can get vaccinated now. Go to vaccines.gov, find the nearest place you can get a vaccination. It's easy, it's free, it's convenient, and we're all counting on you. We need you all to get vaccinated, please. We're going to have, for the first time, a safe and effective COVID-19 vaccine for adolescents over the 12 years of age. And this is one more giant step on our fight against the pandemic. I sincerely think the scientists, researchers, and clinical trial participants deserve our thanks. They've all made this possible. Because of them, nearly 17 million more Americans are eligible to get vaccinated, and now, it's vaxxed or masked. If you are fully vaccinated, you no longer need to wear a mask. Let me repeat. Today, I'm announcing they will also share U.S. authorized vaccine doses of Pfizer and Moderna and Johnson & Johnson as they become available with the rest of the world as well. This means over the next 6 weeks, the United States of America will send 80 million doses overseas. I signed the tax cut into law in March. 90% of the families, all middle-class and working-class families, will get this tax cut. It's a one-year cut that reduces your taxes by $3,000 a year for each child you have under the age of 18. 2 kids, it's a $6,000 tax cut. And if those kids are under the age of 6, they'll actually get $3,600 per child. We've turned the tide on a once-in-a-generation economic crisis, and families are beginning to be able to breathe just a little bit easier. We still have work to do, but our future today is as bright and as wide open as it ever has been. And now we're faced with a question. What kind of economy are we going to build for tomorrow? I believe this is our moment to rebuild an economy from the bottom up and the middle out. Not a trickle-down economy from the very wealthy. That has never benefited people who are at this college or any other place where they're trying to make a living. To build an economy that rewards work, not just wealth. America is headed into a summer dramatically different from last year's summer. A summer of freedom, a summer of joy, a summer of get-togethers and celebrations. An all-American summer that this country deserves after a long, long, dark winter that we've all endured. We have now created over 2 million jobs in total since I took office. More jobs than ever been created in the first 4 months of any presidency in modern history. We want to get as many people vaccinated by July 4th as possible. So we're launching a national month of action. So please get involved. Let's get this done. I'm so proud to be here with all of you to kick off my first overseas trip as president. At every point along the way, we're going to make it clear that the United States is back and democracies of the world are standing together to tackle the toughest challenges and the issues that matter most to our future. All of you, our service members stationed around the world, you are the solid steel spine of America, around which alliances are built and strengthened year after year. These partnerships have hardened and have been hardened in the fire of war, and generations of Americans and service members who fought them. The United States will purchase 500 million doses of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine to donate to nearly 100 nations that are in dire need in the fight against this pandemic. These 500 million vaccines will start to be shipped in August, as quickly as they roll off the manufacturing line. 200 million of these doses will be delivered this year, 2021, and 300 million more will be delivered in the first half of. Today, we consecrate Juneteenth for what it ought to be, what it must be, a national holiday. Hey folks, listen up. I'm going to tell you about a benefit of the rescue plan you might not know about. I'm going to ask you to tell your friends and your families about it. You probably got a stimulus check a few months ago. That's from the American Rescue Plan. There's more to the plan than that. It's also expanded the child tax credit. That means if you have a child, you're entitled to $3,000 per year per child between the ages of 6 and 17, and $3,600 per child under the age of 6. Every working family is eligible if they make up to $150,000 for a couple or $112,000 for a single parent. And thanks to the rescue plan, if you file taxes, the payments will come automatically back to you, and they'll start coming monthly from July until the end of the year. But here's the thing. In general, the parents who need the most help to make ends meet don't actually have to file taxes. They don't make enough money, but they can still get this credit. You just have to go to childtaxcredit.gov, and they'll find the link to the non-filer sign-up. Those folks won't get the benefits if they don't sign up for them. That's where you come in. If you have children but didn't file taxes in the last couple of years, go to childtaxcredit.gov. See how you can sign up. But if you filed taxes last year, share this video with your friends and family. You never know who might need to hear it. And secondly, this new child tax credit is right now just in place for 2021. That's why I ask you to support me in calling for this child tax credit to be extended for years and years to come. And that's what I'm calling for in my American Family Plan. With the power of the American Rescue Plan and you, our country can ensure that all working families can raise their kids with support and dignity they deserve.